And now, the boys on the hill. Slim Marshall, 5,000 watts, Thomas Black, and Ralph Jeezy.
Yo.
What's up, boys?
We're all back together again in whole, boys.
Did I hear yay like we be clubbing?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, that's your DJ voice, ain't it?
Oh man, that's it right there.
DJ 5,000.
Right.
Have you ever pushed the button once? Have you ever pushed the horn button, man?
Of course. Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
What's my man off of Wildin' Out?
Oh man, DJ E-Ray.
All day.
No, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Y'all boys doing all right?
Yes, sir.
Representing the Cubs this week.
I know, right?
See you.
Representing just for men this week. I like that in you.
Oh man, wow! I got you. Hakuna Matata. Hey, Hakuna Matata. Hey.
Just for men, Slim, for real.
Yep.
It's okay.
Thomas know I love him though, man. You know that.
We throwing low blows today. I got it.
Oh, ain't no low blow. Ain't no low blow at all. You know, I could recommend, certain type of orthodontist stuff like that, but I pay good money for one up here. I can fly you out to come holler at my dude, but I done paid for like about 3-4 sets right now already.
So. That's what Columbia for, man.
You specialize in diamond fronts, so I can get one of those.
Oh yeah,
diamond fronts.
Not Johnny Dawson.
Bling bling in the mouth.
No, see, Slim going off because Slim making them picks right now. So Slim on top of the world. I'm letting him have it though.
Literally on top of the world.
He on top of the world. When he got the goat skin chair on over there, sitting like a king, presidential.
Man said goat skin chair.
Hey, straight out of Siberia, mountain goat.
No, man. Like everybody can have like a fancy leaf fan like you do, man.
Oh no, that one? Oh, that comes straight from mother-in-law.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you got to keep that one in.
Yeah, man. That mother flow good.
We talking about fans.
Y'all silly, bro.
Let's talk about baseball on a baseball show. How about we
just let you know it's real, man. Our conversations are real. We having live conversations. Tell you.
Yeah, that is a nice fan. Hey, yes, let me know the name of that fan, man. If they got a different, like a maple leaf type.
Hey man, trust me, man. Them things they don't even have to spin fast, man. Big waves.
Okay, man. So we're gonna be four brothers talking baseball and home decor.
Come on, man. Get us rolling.
All right, there you go.
Well, I'm getting ready to say, hey, we all family. We all got families, man. Hey, that makes a difference.
Got some candles.
Oh,
yeah, but fellas, though, man.
Right, come on, Slim. Get her going, Slim.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Enough with the HGTV talk. Okay. Yeah, it was an interesting weekend of baseball last week. We had some really interesting series. All of them were conference series. A couple of series we had, especially in the SWAC, kind of shook up the standings a little bit. And one series in particular helped a lot for the school we hold dear to our hearts, Jackson State.
Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, Jackson State, they won a series. They were in last place in the SWAC East, and they ended up winning their series against Mississippi Valley State over the weekend. As you see from our weekend recap here, there were a lot of sweeps in the SWAC over the weekend. FAMU continued their winning ways, sweeping Bethune-Cookman, who we all hold in very high esteem.
Huge.
Alabama State swept their in-state rival Alabama A&M to vault in the first place. Alcorn State got swept by Southern over the weekend. One game was a forfeit. and you see the results in the MEAC. Those series were even across the board. So yeah, fellas, what do you make of the first series I talked about? Jackson State and Valley. I mean, Jackson State, as I mentioned before, was 1-8 going into the weekend in the SWAC, and they needed to come out with a good result, and they did that.
Well, game one on Friday, we jumped out on them 2-0 early in the game. Valley kept scrapping back. And like we spoke last week, saying that we hadn't had the big inning yet. We had two big innings back-to-back in the 7th and 8th inning of game one that broke the game open to propel us to 11-2 win. Nick Gladys got the victory in that game. We were paced at the plate by Ty Hill. He was 3 for 5. Jatavius Melton scored 2 runs. Kobe Guy also scored 2 runs, as well as Jeffrey Rodriguez. Omar Gomez scored 3 runs. And just looking at the box score, we only had 3 RBIs and scored 11 runs. We had 3 RBIs as a team, but we scored 11 runs. Valley had 3 errors in the game, and they kind of had some miscues over the weekend that kind of cost them a little bit. But just glad to see that we fought back in game 2 after being down to win that game in the last inning. And the crazy part is we tied the game on a pass ball and we won the game on a pass ball in the 9th inning. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. And again, it's crazy. Ty had basically 6 hits but in the first 2 games, and he didn't have an RBI to show for it. But he paced us at the plate this weekend, and I think that's great that he's starting to heat up. Hopefully he gets some help. Hope Rico can get going. Jalen Williams can get going. Kobe Guy has been consistent. He's a true freshman, but he's been improving weekly. But I think we're moving in the right direction, man. We have we travel to families weekend for a series. They just swept Bethune, so it's getting down to the crunch time, man.
Yeah, we're getting ready to go that second go round around this lap on the second part of the conference. So it's prime time for them to start heating up. I say the first go around was just a fluke. I feel like they're starting to heat up. Like you said, Ty Hill, he lit it up this weekend. It seemed like the bats are starting to turn up. Hopefully, they say it's contagious. Say it's contagious. So hopefully he started affecting some of his other teammates and start spreading some of that love around. They may need to bring back the knob or something.
Oh, not the big knob.
Yeah, not the knob.
And they may have to bring back the knob, and but yeah, it seemed like Caleb Evans just really was the one that kind of collected all them RBIs from Ty Hill because he was able to get 6 over the weekend. So and only played 2 games. So it was good that they were able to get some run production to support the pitching that we've been seeing all year. So y'all love, y'all keep pushing, and y'all take it one game at a time, one pitch at a time, and everything gonna fall in place.
Right. And I also want to highlight a young man that Mississippi Valley has, Draylon Holmes, their third baseman. That's from Griffin, Mississippi. I'm gonna say Griffin, Georgia.
Georgia, down the street.
I'm very familiar with that area. I coach not far from there in Lovejoy. And when I tell you that young man, with what I know about that area and the baseball players that have come from down there, that young man is on a tear over there at Valley right now. And he ended up coming from Russ College with the coach that came in. So that's a transfer in from Valley that was a player for the coach at his previous school that has played major dividends for Valley this year.
For me, man, like I said, that's why I started off the show. Kuna Matata. That's gonna be my theme this episode. Hey, just for the record, Father's Day 2018. Right here, classic. I'm gonna always have this on whenever I feel good.
You can still fit it.
I bet you can't buy no T-shirt for Mother's Day and get away with it.
Hey, it's come from the daughter, man. My daughter goes shopping, man.
Oh, okay, now yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, daughter goes shopping. She always had me something, man. Hey, she always pull out something out of her hat with something. It's always, oh, I got another one right here. This is what I knew. This is what I knew when it was real. She bought me that.
Oh, Dragon Ball Z.
You got a Dragon Ball?
Hey, man, that's not even the best part. It glows.
It glows.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
You need all 7 of them.
Hey,
yeah.
You gotta catch them all, man.
hey, man, I got all type of Father's Day stuff over here. Look,
Pikachu.
hey, man. Hey, she know what's up, man.
Y'all see he's smart. He leaving it in the box.
Hey,
Yep.
oh yeah.
Mhm.
I'm not touching the Dragon Ball at all. I might have to blow the dust off of it, but,
Hey,
but
people gonna look at us and be like, they talking baseball this week or what? What's going on?
but the whole theme is a Hakuna Matata. You know,
Hakuna Matata. What a
Hakuna
wonderful phrase.
Matata. Because, like I said, this year everybody is beating up everybody. There's always an opportunity. I'm an optimist. Well, sometimes I am. But I'm very glad to see that we had a dominant victory. You know, at the end, game 3, you finished it out strong. That was the happiest. You know, that was the best game I looked at was the third game. You know, normally if a team down 2-0 on the weekend, they normally come back on the third game. If you look at all the games that didn't sweep, the third game was a game that lost in every series. And that's because you might have Johnny Holstaff or whatever. But if Johnny Holstaff got in that game, you know, Jackson State took care of business. They had some power, had a couple balls go out the park. I just think they just need to see themselves being successful. You know, they need to know what they feel like. They need to know what it's like to have a dominant victory, catching a team that's on the up. And put them in the play, put them in their place. You know, Valley's a good team this year. You know, it might not show in the record, but based off what they used to be, they put up a good fight with everybody. And I'm just proud of Jack State coming through with the sweep because based off other series, it put us in position. You know, it doesn't matter if we're the first place or the last place this year. Whoever's going to be the hot team is going to win this year, no matter if they're the first place or the last place team. I just want us to be ready, and I'm always say that week in and week out. Good job. Let's just keep it up, and let's start seeing some more. You know, let's get happy. You know, let's start seeing some other players come through. Let's coach them up. You know, that's my little spiel on that whole series.
Yeah, so the series win by Jackson State propelled them from last place to 4th place. Still 6 games behind the division leader, Alabama State, who swept
Still
their
catchable.
series.
Still
Got a
catchable.
lot of time. Got a lot
Still
of time.
A lot of time left.
Yeah.
Like this is still the first go around. This is the last weekend series of the first go around. So, man, it's still a lot of baseball left.
Yeah, and another school that was able to bounce back after a rough weekend was Texas Southern. They took 2 out of 3 from Prairie View over in the SWAC West. Once again, the Tigers offense put up big numbers as they always do on offense, scoring double-digit runs in that series. Do y'all think that Texas Southern being able to bounce back after a rough weekend against Southern last week now can propel themselves to contend for the SWAC West?
What's your word, Thomas? What's that word you like to always put out there that say that you got to be what?
Consistent.
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 And I don't think that just goes for Texas Southern, Slim. I think that goes for all the teams. The more consistent you are, the more you give yourself a chance to win. And actually, Prairie View won this series 2-1. Texas Southern didn't win the series. They only won game 3.
Yeah, Prairie View in second place right now, a game behind Southern for the lead in the division. Ironically, Prairie View the only team in the SWAC West currently that's over 500 overall. They're 18-17. Everybody else is either at 500 or well below 500. So yeah, like the SWAC West between Southern, Prairie View, Grambling, and Texas Southern, they're all separated by no more than 3 games.
All of
It
them.
is going to be a tight one.
This is
Yeah,
great. This is
yeah.
great.
I love it.
This
I
is
love
great.
it because it shows that it is competitive balance in our conference in baseball. That is not a top heavy conference. And if you just saying you have that many teams separated by 3 games, that the standings can change in a weekend.
Yeah.
Like every weekend, depending on who's playing each other, the standings can be affected. I think that's beautiful because it gives everybody a fighting chance into the last day of the season.
Yeah, I mean the only school that's really out of it right now is Alcorn State. They're 1-11 in the SWAC and 1-22 overall. They're not going to win anything this year. But everybody else, even outside Pine Bluff at 4-8, they have a chance to win a division.
It makes every game interesting because every game matters.
Yeah.
Every
That's
game,
true.
every game. Now,
I know people talk about NCAA basketball, everything. Hey, this is you're watching that same thing going on right now in the SWAC with the baseball. Like every game counts.
Yeah, it's gonna make these last few weeks of this month in May pretty interesting. So yeah.
and still, honestly, I wouldn't put too much into what happened in the next 2 or 3 weeks,
Right.
because
Mm-hmm.
we've seen from our experience where we've seen a team really come out of nowhere to win a tournament like Texas Southern did in 2004. They had a losing record, was the 4th seed in the West, and everybody was like, it was what us, Valley, Grambling, and Southern, the top 4 seeds, and all of us had to play each other right out the bat, and we all beat up on each other. Next thing you know, Texas Southern won a tournament with a losing record.
That was whack, man. That was
It really was.
That was whack, man. I don't want to talk about that.
And all right, but just to show, and I hate that our conference does not. We're a one big conference, and the tournament winner gets the bid because the best team doesn't always represent our conference.
Right.
The best team doesn't always win the tournament. It's just the team that got hot that weekend, which is ludicrous, if you ask me.
But that's tournament play, though.
That's tournament play.
Overall.
That's tournament ball.
Yeah. I mean, that goes for the big tournament too. Like, you get a team that get hot, end up winning the regional, then the super regional, go to the College World Series. Like,
but I'm
I
just
mean,
saying,
once you get to that point, though,
I know that happens in the regionals and the super regionals.
Series, though.
I'm just speaking from a standpoint of the regular season. If I have a good regular season, why am I not rewarded for going to the tournament?
At least with a bye or something.
You get what I'm saying? Think about it. That it doesn't make sense. But they'll say RPI to justify not having us in.
Mm-hmm.
But we know why conference tournaments are held anyway. It's to make revenue for the leagues.
Right.
So the regular season performance really doesn't matter in that regard when like there's money being valued, which I don't think the SWAC baseball tournament makes a lot of to begin with. Well, why they kind of value having the conference tournament more so than regular season success.
Let me ask you this question: with North Carolina A&T beating UNC last night at UNC, if they, let's say they finish second in their conference in the regular season, how much weight does that win have for them?
It doesn't have very much because the MEAC is a 14 baseball league.
No, North Carolina A&T is in the Big South.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say
it depends on how the committee feels about the Big South in general, in terms of their strength.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But I mean, like North Carolina, they have the name North Carolina because it's synonymous with basketball, but they are 7-8 in their conference. Yeah, I mean they have 21 wins so far, but they're not one of the best teams in their own conference, despite them being a Power 5 school.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but like I mean, it's an impressive win for North Carolina A&T. to go in there and beat them for the first time in 29 years. But they have to string together a lot more wins to be able to convince the committee, like, hey, we deserve a shot to get into the tournament.
No, I was just saying let's say they finish second in the regular season, then they lose in the conference championship game in the tournament. Does that have they done enough to get in at large?
And from the Big South, no.
Okay.
No. I don't think so.
I got you. I'm with
you. I guess. What if the team that's been dominant all year,
no,
and then they just have a slip up and losing championship game? That means just trash the whole season,
like we did
last year. Yeah. Prime example, last year. Okay.
But they'll say our strength of schedule. They'll say our strength of schedule.
Yeah, they can go off strength of schedule, RPI, all that stuff to make their determination.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think they created the RPI to justify keeping us out of the tournament by saying, "Oh, well, you didn't beat anybody"?
I mean, when you're like picking teams for any tournament, I mean, you're going to have to weigh variables to make the decision, and RPI is one of them. I mean, like in your example, Ralph, like North Carolina A&T is 1-8 in the Big South. They will have to go on a hell of a run to get to number 2. And the best team in the Big South is 19-12. So that's not gonna, yeah. I mean, it's a good point to make though. Like, yeah, like can some of these schools with wins like that and winning, going on and win their tournament or come close to winning their conference tournament, get an at-large bid? I mean, it should be a consideration. But like the only schools I can think of that would fit that criteria, in my experience, in Black college baseball, were those mid-2000 Southern teams that went like 45 and like 9 and had some impressive non-conference victories. If they don't win the SWAT tournament, they probably get an at-large bid because their entire resume was just that good.
Right. Now, I will say, I saw last night the 2001 Southern team, their RPI was like an 83 or 85 or something in the country that year.
Yeah, like the thing that hurt like small conferences, especially HBCUs, is like once you get in the conference play, you kind of like have to win almost every game because any loss is weighed heavily against you because the RPI is so damn high for every school. So yeah, I mean, like it's a real uphill battle for Black college baseball schools in that regard.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and so the final series we're going to talk about is one I found pretty interesting. Was Miles against Edward Waters. Edward Waters is an associate member of the SIAC, and they went in and took 2 out of 3 from Miles, who before last weekend being swept by Savannah State had a 13-game winning streak and were 3rd in the conference. And so for a team like Edward Waters to take 2 out of 3 in that scenario is really impressive for a school that hasn't been around very long in terms of having a major baseball program.
Right. I think it was impressive, because we were all, on the Miles on the Miles hype train with them in Savannah State in that series, and they've lost 5 of their last 6 conference games now. Mm-hmm. So it's like, have they hit a rough spot as a team right now trying to figure it out? Have they hit that patch in the road that most teams hit during the season? Or, just trying to figure some things out? Or like what's going on with them right now? Because they still put up some runs this weekend.
Yeah.
But as my good boy Thomas would say, them errors will kill you.
Yeah.
They made 10 errors over the weekend, and the errors they made in the 2 games that they lost, errors were the reason they lost the game. You can't make 8 errors in 2 games. You can't win a game like that. But big ups to Edward Waters for taking advantage of the situation for the win for them.
Yeah, but it goes to show you once again like how competitive Black college baseball is across the board. Have a school like Edward Waters go in and knock off a really good team in Miles, take 2 out of 3 from them, And we just talked about earlier Jackson State beating Mississippi Valley State and improving Mississippi Valley State team, preparing themselves up in the standings. And Florida A&M swept Bethune-Cookman, who we all know is a really good baseball team. So yeah, man, like we've been saying all year, like the season's unpredictable, and so we're gonna have weekend results like the ones we had this past weekend, where like some schools we didn't expect to be competitive all of a sudden win a series or split a series. So it's gonna be that's way for the rest of the year. And now we're going to move on to talk about players of the week. There were once again a lot of good performances across the board at the Division I level and Division II level. Just spoke about FAMU and their success this weekend. Hunter Vetz for FAMU on the mound went 8 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs, and 10 strikeouts in his win over a really good Bethune-Cookman team. Jordan Hamburg, we'll talk about him a little bit later in the show. The great two-way player for Coppin State. Complete game, 13 strikeout, didn't give up a run, just 5 hits in his start over the weekend. And then Jeremiah Riddell, Albany State pitcher, a freshman. Complete game, a shutout, 8 strikeouts, 6 hits. So once again, boys, we're seeing dominant pitcher performances at the Division I level and Division II level. We had some guys who've been consistent all year, and some new guys come aboard and show what they can do too. So the pitching, despite some of the big numbers the last couple of weeks, is still pretty good across the plane here.
Right. We do see some runs put up every week, but every week we also see a pitcher that has either double-digit strikeouts or they've given up 1 run, 2 runs. Like we see it every week. It's such a hitter-dominant time right now in conference play that we've seen that it's always nice to see some pitchers that still have dominant performances.
Yeah, for sure. Now we're going to go to our hitters of the week. For Delaware State, we got Trey Page. He went 500 over the weekend, 8 hits, 5 RBIs, 3 home runs, 3 doubles, and he scored 6 runs over the weekend. Joe Smith, Savannah State, 583, 6 RBIs, 2 home runs, 2 doubles, and a triple. He scored 7 runs and drove in 6. A really impressive all-around big weekend, not only at the plate, but on the bases as well. And then Trey Burwell for Grambling State hit 700, 5 runs, batted in. He scored 4 runs and hit 3 triples. So once again, boys, another impressive performance across the board at all levels and all conferences this weekend. Especially Joe Smith, his numbers, just a complete virtuoso performance in regards to how versatile it was. Extra base hits, home runs, and triples, and also driving and scoring runs too. Just a remarkable effort by him.
And Mr. Burrell put up those numbers in only 2 games.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, we had guys hit 800, but they did it over a 3-game span. So a guy hit 700 in 2 games is just equally as impressive as well.
It's the 3 triples, man.
Yeah,
taking bad angles in the outfield. I'm telling you, Ralph, it's the bad angles. I already know it is. You can't give up 3 triples without a ball going over your head.
You say it's the bad angles.
Most triples are based off bad angles, man. Think about it. Bad angles.
Boy, you crazy.
When you see somebody numbers on the back of their jersey in the outfield, bad angle. Either bad, if not, you're gonna call them toast. Which one you gonna do it? Bad angle or toast?
Boy, you crazy.
Think about it. All baseball situations, every triple is based off somebody taking a bad angle, even if it's a ball down the line.
Man. Sometimes
you find that gap, man.
Yeah, get a gap, man.
You
Got
find
to
that
have
gap, bro.
speed too.
You hit one down the line, the right field, it bounce in the corner. That's three.
That trip all day, especially in
Yeah.
the SWAT. You know that
Still a
is.
bad angle because he didn't cut the ball off. He let the ball
How
roll
you
to
gonna
the
cut
fence.
off a hit that hit in the corner, bro?
Hey, you take off, goes toward the pole. Let me tell you.
Just turn around and just start running.
What
You
man
already
gonna
know,
outrun a
but down the
ball?
line, just head straight to the pole.
Have you ever outran a ball?
With me,
Yeah.
I played in the dirt. Hey, I had 0.5 seconds to try to catch a ball. It was over.
Okay.
Oh,
and
man.
I never wore a cup, so ever.
Thomas.
What?
TMI, man.
You ain't like your
TMI.
life. You wasn't trying to have no future.
If you learn how to catch a ball right, you never had to worry about it.
I knew how to catch. Sometimes it hit a rock.
You a catcher, Rock? You had to wear one, but I've never worn one in my entire baseball all the way through college. No matter how bad the infield was. Hey, I'd take it off the stomach or something, but I've never
risking it all, man.
You trying to give yourself a vasectomy on the baseball field.
No, I trusted my hands. I trusted my hands now. Come on. Hey, right there. I trust the hands.
So he ain't got no trust issues.
I trust myself too, but the playing field, I don't.
Why you think I took pride in make sure the field was clean? I wasn't finna go out there and play out there with them rocks when we first started practicing. What the hell is this? Hold up, coach. Time out, man. What is going on here? You didn't tell me about this. You didn't tell me about this.
Oh boy.
Man,
Yeah, man.
I'm out there. I'm looking for rocks every time I go in the dirt. No, I'm trying to make my area smooth as possible because I knew what was at risk.
Your family lineage.
Exactly.
It's family jewels.
Oh my God. All right.
We're gonna shift from Did You Know to Did You Know? A segment we introduced last week where we unveil some interesting facts from around Black college baseball. And the first one is coming from the SWAC, Draylon Holmes. He has an impressive on base streak. He's reached base safely in 20 straight games. And he's been a big reason for the improvement for Mississippi Valley State this season. A 20-game on base streak is really impressive, no matter what level it's at. On the SIAC, Savannah State and Albany State, as of April 10th, they have the longest active win streaks in Division II at 12 and 9 games apiece, respectively. As we talked about Savannah State a lot, they've swept 7 straight series to start their conference season. Albany State has also played great baseball this year, as evidenced by their 9-game winning streak. Slide. Okay. Howard University, the 1998 baseball team went undefeated in conference and tournament play, winning the MEAC championship. As we all know, the program was disbanded in 2002, but nonetheless, the 98 team will always stand out in Howard athletic history. And did you know that Grambling has scored 101 runs in their last 7 games? That's right, 100 runs in their last 7 games. The Tigers are currently 8-4 in the SWAC West in 3rd place. And staying in the SWAC, as of this week, 43 players have a batting average of 300 or better, which is remarkable. It kind of explains some of the big numbers we've been seeing over the weekend in terms of scores, and that's a big reason why everybody get hit in the SWAC.
Man, everybody ERA terrible.
Just terrible.
I'm telling you. I mean, but it doesn't justify, everybody's hitting. So, like I said, number 1 team in the SWAC and ERA is still a 4 something, man. It's done inflated after this weekend.
The highest ERA, Alabama State has it with 4.85. Everybody else,
That's what I'm
sub
saying.
five.
It's still a 4.
Yeah.
It's
Mm-hmm.
still a 4.
Yeah.
And they got some dogs pitching.
They do. They do.
And it just maybe, like I said, maybe the swag just is more hidden than it is pitching. Maybe maybe it is better hitters, or y'all still say less pitching.
I'm gonna just say the hitting is outperforming the pitching at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
Kind of hard to decide which one though.
True.
Yeah, so at this point in the season, yeah, it's kind of hard to distinguish. Yeah, uh, this week we had an interview. Speaking of the SIC, we had an interview with um, Savannah State uh, head baseball coach.
We're getting some clout, baby.
Yeah, get some clout,
We're
Carlton
getting some
Hardy.
clout, baby.
Um, and as you know, Savannah State has been impressive all year long. They lead the SICE in the standings, and so our own Ralph Zeezy had the opportunity to sit down with Carlton Hardy, their baseball coach,
Hardy
just talk
life.
about the season and everything like that going on with the team. And we're going to play you a short clip of that interview, which will be available in full tomorrow.
Going into the season with the team that you have, what was your mindset when you went into building this team this year, Coach?
My mindset every year is that we're going to try to get the best student athletes we can and coach them up the best we can. Our philosophy is that we want to be strong pitching and defense. That's since I've been coaching. That if we can, throw strikes and make plays on defense, we give ourselves a great chance to be successful. As I tell our hitters hit. So, with the scholarship numbers the way they are, we target most of our resources in the pitching. And then we've been fortunate. I don't want to get into numbers, but we've been fortunate with the guys in our lineup. They have been consistently swinging the bat pretty much from day one. And things are starting to come together. I see a different atmosphere in practice. Again, kids are enjoying themselves. They're enjoying each other. They're spending more time with each other. And our motto is just to go 1-0 every day.
Right. Yeah, I will agree with you, Coach. Yeah, that was.
You go ahead.
You got to say. Oh no, that was just a very brief portion of the interview with Coach Hardy. He talked about some of the conference opponents, the transition from coming from Division I to Division II. It was a great interview, and it'll be up tomorrow around I don't know what time we'll put it up. We'll figure it out. We'll let you know. But it will be up tomorrow as well as this episode. So thank you to Coach Hardy again, and much success to Savannah State and the rest of the teams in the SIAC. And we also have a special guest next week.
Let's go.
So we'll clout, baby.
So I'll put the information out for who we'll have on next week, probably Monday or Tuesday. And then I'm working on having a very, very special guest the next week. So, yeah, trying to highlight as many programs and coaches as we can, because they need the exposure. They work just as hard as the football and the basketball coaches. They win probably more consistently than their football and basketball counterparts, but they don't get the shine nor the love they get. So
with limited resources at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and the crazy part is most of the baseball coaches don't complain about it. They love it. They just do what they do. I guarantee you, and a lot of people might not say this, you have a better chance beating the Power 5 team with your baseball team on your campus than your basketball or your football team.
That's very true.
And it's been proven.
Mm-hmm.
It's evidenced by North Carolina A&T beating North Carolina this week.
Yeah.
Hashtag truth.
Truth.
Wah, wah.
Message.
This show has gone off the rails. Completely off the rails
we
tonight.
right on track,
No, we
sir.
said
This
that.
is it.
Off
Right,
the
we said
rails,
that.
man.
All right.
I just dropped the mic. Let me pick up my earpod, man.
We got Watts dropping his mic.
No, Watts got to show the shirt he got on tonight, which is quite remarkable.
Michael
Yes.
Jackson, bro.
Not
MJ.
the dangerous cover.
Yeah.
We showing off shirts. I got my Bob Marley shirt on, representing the homeland of my
Oh,
wife.
look at this man here.
I got my Sack High Dragon baseball shirt from California when I coached out there.
Man, hey, Slim, where did you get that?
Yeah.
My wife got it for me when she visited Jamaica a couple of years ago to see her family.
I want a real one.
From the
her,
Bob
when
Marley
you go back
Museum.
home, I want one. I want a real one. Like, for real. It ain't real unless it come from the island, boy.
Yeah, off the beach.
By the beach.
Yeah, she got this from the actual Bob Marley Museum down in Kingston, Jamaica. So
Yes, I want one.
Yeah.
I want
too,
one.
man.
As a matter of fact, won't you just schedule a trip for us to go out there and see for ourselves?
You mean
Let's
the show?
not have a trip. You know?
Yeah,
We
probably
can't. We need to call Nato too.
Nato from
He's from the Bahamas,
man.
not Jamaica.
I know that, man. You didn't even let me finish. I said we can go there too. I know they got the Atlantis Water Park. I want to go to all the spots.
By the beach.
Right. With
Down
the
by
kids.
the beach.
With the kids.
All right, man.
We got to reel everybody in, man. Reel them
Hey,
in.
man, I'm sorry. This is how we get when we get together. We've been good the first 9 episodes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We got too comfortable, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna transition to our big topic tonight. We had some great individual performances all season on the mound and the plate, but a couple of guys in Black College baseball are doing both. Two-way players. You got one being Jordan Hamburg of Bethune-Cookman. He's a pitcher, and he plays in the field as well. He has a 2.93 ERA, a 4-1 record, and 40 strikeouts on the mound. At the plate, he's hitting .338, has an OPS of 1050, and has a slugging percentage of .607. Another guy we're going to highlight is Shamar Page of Grambling State, .377 batting average at the plate, and a 2.25 ERA on the mound with a whip of 1.13 and 52 innings, and he leads the nation in strikeouts with 80. So, guys, these are some special talents in Black College baseball who have led their teams, who are clearly the best players on their teams. I kind of ran off the stats here, but kind of like what makes these two players stand out in your eyes?
Consistency.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Consistency is one. I agree with you, Thomas.
Yeah, because they've been on our radar like every week, like since the season started, and they ain't no letting up. And it's good to see that, you know, coaches are using these kids just as efficient and they producing. That's what you love. Like we was talking about earlier before the show started, that Page transferred from Louisiana, La Tech.
Yeah.
And he wasn't granted opportunity, but then he came to the SWAC and kid is shining. Well, excuse me, I don't want to call him kid. This is a grown man. He's taking over that hill. He's. I mean, I know Gremlin wish they had about 2 more of them because they definitely be in a different position. But it's great to see that these 2 kids keep standing out week after week and showing that it ain't no fluke. It's no fluke. Ain't no fading in a performance. They just keep producing and being consistent every week, and that's very good to see.
Right. Mr. Hamburg of Coppin State was the HBCU Freshman of the Year last year. So he's kind of been on people's radar. Mr. Page kind of came from out of nowhere earlier this year with his first start against Jackson State with a 10 strikeout performance. And he's had maybe 3 or 4 more 10 pitch, I'm gonna say 10 strikeouts weekends this year. It's tough when you take a dude who's starting on Friday night, who dominates you on Friday night, then he steps in the batter's box on Saturday and Sunday, and he destroys you on offense. Like, what are you gonna do with that? Like Jordan Hamburg last weekend, literally was one of our offensive players of the week, and he also had 7 innings pitched with 10 strikeouts. So how do you compete with that? Like his value to his team, he's giving them 2 players in one. I'm giving you a rotational starter, and I'm giving you a legitimate bat in the lineup when I'm not pitching. Like that, his scholarship is being maximized.
Yeah, it is.
Like, and with the scholarships being the way that they are in college baseball, if you can find you some 3 or 4 legitimate 2-way players, you gonna give people problems because you getting multiple dudes in one. If I can dominate on the mound and at the bat, that's 2 guys in one, and you gonna cause a lot of damage. That reminds me of the one day my freshman year. He started left field or DH game 1, pitch game 2, DH started left field game 3, and he was all conference. Like, that's hard to compete with.
Yeah, you normally see this happen like in Little League, where the best player on the team in the area is the best player because he's the pitcher and the shortstop, and right take a team all the way to the Little League World Series. But like the higher level you go in baseball, it gets harder and harder to do because the game becomes more specialized in that way, and it's rare to see not only a 2-way player but a really good 2-way player. Like there are 2-way players
Right.
in college
That's the
baseball, but
difference.
yeah, there are 2-way players in college baseball, but they're not good ones. Like they may do well at the plate, and maybe iffy pitchers. They may be good pitchers, but they are average hitters. The guys we're talking about are dominant at both. And like we said before, like very valuable to their teams, has a lot of versatility. Managers can use them numerous ways, pick their spots when to use them, either on the mound or on offense. So yeah, like to have guys on your team that could do both and do both very well is only going to be an asset to make your entire team better as a whole.
I can pretty much guarantee you every team in the conference has a 2-way player on it.
Man,
Every
that's a
team
good one.
probably has a 2-way player. They have shit. Now that I think about it, Kobe Guy pitches a little bit for Jackson State. Enrico Riley pitches a little bit. So that's 2 right there on Jackson State roster. That's 2-way guys. They may not pitch as much, but they're 2-way guys. But when you have a guy that's a weekend starter, a rotational guy, and he's also in your lineup every week, every day, man, that's maximizing the scholarship. Because you basically went out there and found 2 guys in one.
So how would you guys like best use a 2-way player like a Hamburg or a Page? I mean, like, would you value them starting more, or would you value them at the plate more?
It depends on the skill set of the player. If he showed me he could be a Jordan Hamburg or Shamar Page and be a starter and be a dominant starter, he's gonna start. But if it was a situation like when we played with Anton, when Anton would pitch, Anton would mostly pitch in situations where he was a guy that ate up innings as a 2-way player for us. So if we were up by a lot, they bring Anton in to just kind of close the game out. Or if it was a game that we weren't really in, they bring him in and just eat the innings up to kind of get us out the game because they knew he could pitch, but they brought him in more so as an outfielder. But if I was the coach, I want me a guy that I can put in the rotation or close. you know, and also be a guy that I can put in my lineup. And, you know, when he's not in the lineup, it doesn't affect us as much because I can plug another guy in there. But if I want a two-way guy, I want him either a front end rotational guy or I want him at the back end being my stopper.
So he's not going to be a middle relief guy at all.
No, me personally, no, I wouldn't do a middle relief guy. I want that guy that's either gonna shut it down in the beginning or gonna shut it down at the back end. That's where I think the most value is. Think about it in Major League Baseball. Do middle relievers get paid like closers and starters?
Nah, man.
Nah.
That dime a dozen.
So I want him on the front end or the back end. I don't know too many middle relievers that's Hall of Famers, but I know a bunch of starters and there's closers that's all.
That's true.
I don't know. The game change, the setup, man, just getting just as important now as the closer.
And honestly, if he's a two-way guy, he wouldn't be a catcher. More like a middle infielder, third baseman probably.
Probably a first baseman.
Probably a corner outfielder or something like that. But my first baseman,
nah,
not
that's
my
too
first
much.
baseman, but
Yeah, that's too much.
Middle infielder, maybe a corner outfielder, maybe my third baseman, something like that. But you know, if he could dash DH, that would be perfect. You know, but that's just me.
I mean, we see in the Major League Baseball with Shohei Ohtani doing it, dominating on the mound and at the plate. He's a rare species of baseball player to be able to do at that level.
It's gonna be all cooling off their contract come up, and they're gonna try to play him as one type of player. He won both values. They're gonna shut that down real quick.
Yeah, that is gonna be interesting when it's contract time.
Oh yeah. If you got pitchers making $40 million and you got hitters finna sign for $500 million, you getting double the player.
But the thing about Ohtani is like he don't play the field though; he just pitch in DH.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter no more. They don't change the rules.
So you're gonna pay a DH that much money?
Ohtani is putting butts in the seat, dog. He got a whole country behind him.
We supposed to be talking about college baseball.
Oh, okay.
You're right. But seriously though, Thomas, I think Ohtani is a different situation because the extra attention that he brings with the Japanese media and the Japanese market.
Right. He got a whole country behind him.
So I think his value of what he brings to baseball, you know, is different. It's like the Ichiro effect now. If you think about it, it's the new Ichiro way.
Mm-hmm.
That's worth more than $500 million to them, guaranteed.
You may be right. I mean, like, Ohtani does bring a lot of international eyeballs to the game of baseball itself. He was a hit at the All-Star game last year, despite some comments about people saying the average fan can relate to him because he's from Asia. But yeah, anyway, but we're gonna move on and go to my favorite segment of our show, the pick'em recaps and the picks for this coming. Oh God, look at that! It's beautiful. Last weekend, the recap. We're gonna start from bottom to the top. Ralph Jeezy went 4-2. Thomas Black, Hawaiian Excursion went 5-1. 5,000 watts undefeated 6-0, and myself once again proving to be a baseball savant that I am, undefeated. Overall standings: Ralph 17-11, Thomas Black 2 games above 500, Watts and myself lapping the field at 21-7. So what's it gonna be like this week, boys?
Bro, did you really just say Thomas is 2 games above 500 and did not even acknowledge his record?
Is it not a winning record though?
Petty.
It's all good. Slinger say with whatever you want, as long as you blame me that sweatshirt.
All right.
At least give me that because you didn't invite me to the wedding.
Oh, no, it's gonna be a running thing
I
all year.
Let it go.
Let it go.
No.
You ain't
Sweatshirt,
get
when you get to
invited to the
sweatshirt,
wedding
I'll
no
let it
more.
go. No.
If I get married again, Thomas, you'll be the first one I invite.
When they renew their vows, they're gonna
Wow.
invite you.
Yeah.
Hey,
It better be
I
in
make no
Jamaica
promises,
too.
man.
It better be in Jamaica too.
They gonna make you the DJ.
Oh man, and I get paid to be there?
No, it's gonna be a gift.
No, it'll
We're
be
gonna pay
a
you
gift. Even
We're gonna pay you in
bartering.
we're gonna pay you in beef patties. How about that?
Hey man, can I get a spicy beef patty?
Bob Marley
Yeah.
t-shirts.
Right.
All right, man, we tripping. All right, so our first game, our first pick of the week, Alcorn versus UAPB. You know
Man.
what to do. Pick them.
Who you got, Thomas?
Man, let's go on around and pick this. Go to the next one, man. Come on, we already know what everybody gonna pick, man.
The Golden Lions, man.
Raw.
Everybody got
And my
pine
daughter
luck.
say raw.
Unless Slim want to be against the grain. Are you feeling lucky this week, Slim?
I ain't stupid now, man. I ain't picking Alcorn.
Right.
All right, so we got UAPB across the board. Man. Next up, in Huntsville, we have Bethune versus Alabama A&M. Oh, you know what to do now. Pick them.
I'm gonna have to go, but I think Bethune will come back from getting torched last week. So I go with Bethune.
What you guys, Slim?
I'm gonna ride with the Wildcats myself, man. I think they bounce back this weekend.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the round two. Wildcats are good. Let's go B.
Well, it's a clean sweep. As I used to tell one of my coworkers, she went to BCC, Bethune-Cookman College, the community college. I said that what them CC stood for. Community college. But she would get so hot with me. You don't leave me alone. All right. Our next series, Prairie View and Southern. This series was supposed to be played in Baton Rouge, but weather has forced it to be now played at Prairie View. So you know what to do. Pick them.
I ain't went with Southern all year. I'm going Prairie View.
Yeah, the top two teams in the SWAC West. I'm gonna go with Southern in the series. I don't feel very confident about it, but I'm gonna go with them.
Yeah, you say the top two in the West, but I'm gonna go look at the stats. Prairie View second as a team in hitting, and they third is pitching in ERA. I'm gonna go with Prairie View on this one. They seem more complete than Southern right now at the moment.
I'm going to gain some ground on Slim.
All right. 3 weeks ago, we said Southern didn't look like the Southern that we're familiar to seeing. Since that time, the Jaguars have started to get on the prowl a little bit. Coach Crenshaw getting them rolling a little bit. They're getting some decent pitching performances. With the Alcorn situation, you really can't put a lot of weight into that. But I think this is going to be a competitive series. And I'm going to make this an even split. I'm going to go with SU.
All right.
That's going to be interesting right there.
Next up, our beloved Jackson State Tigers travel to Tallahassee to take on a fiery hot FAMU team right now. Oh, you know what to do. Pick them.
I'm going Jack State.
Oh, well, I know that. Well, you know, I always ride shotgun with you, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say Siri played bit payback because we'll have to get him back on this one. So, Just State's gonna be.
What you gonna do, Slim?
Slim can go with Fam.
I know he is.
I'm gonna pull Thomas Black and go against the grain,
right?
And pick FAMU. I mean, they're on a 9-game winning streak, man. Like I can't ignore that.
Okay,
that's true.
Streaks are meant to be broken.
I'm playing a hot hand right now, man.
You right?
You playing with house money.
I'm 21-7 for a reason now. So
Jump on MLB show 22 after this and keep talking trash. Jump on some Diamond Dance. Keep talking.
Oh
Keep
man.
talking. Jump on MLB the show with all this talk.
So I
You be
gotta
playing
prove
the show? You be playing the show, Slim?
I gotta prove myself to you in a video game.
Man, I'm just joking, man. You know I'm competitive,
Hold
man.
on, no,
I
stop
haven't
it.
beaten you in a baseball game since MVP 03 or 04, whatever it was.
Stop it. Slim, you are on the show?
Look, man.
No, for real. Like I'm being honest. Are you really?
I play the game like everybody else who like baseball play the game. But yeah, man.
Xbox or PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Man. No, just playing. No, send me your gamer tag, man. We gotta play cross platform. I want to see what your Diamond Dynasty team look like.
Judging by these standards, are probably better than yours.
Shots fired. Bang, bang. We need sound effects now. Bang, bang.
We should have like music and like sounders for the show, man. Like right
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do need a soundboard. We will look into that.
Yeah,
all right. We all over the place tonight, man. This like if we were together in Jackson for real at a game, how we be acting.
Right.
Sitting in the room in Palisades.
For the record, we're not high or drunk. We're sober, all of us.
This is how we act when we together.
Yeah.
All right. Our next game, we have Le Gremlin versus Texas Southern. You know what to do. Pick on.
I'm going Gremlin, man.
You going
Texas Southern burnt me last week.
It's the battle of the Tigers. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Gremlin on this one too, man. The run production, you can't shut it down. And you know when Page get on the mound, they at least go take one game.
It's always the third game I'm worried about.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always the third game.
What you got, Slim?
I'm picking the Tigers.
Of course you are.
I'm picking the Tigers. Oh, my bad. I'm going with the G-Men.
G-Man. Okay, G-Force.
Man, this is a tough one.
Go with Mr.
Gremlin has scored 101 runs in their last 7 games. However, they have also given up 61 runs in those same 7 games. And if you take out one of those series for the opponent that they played, those numbers may not be as skewed. So I think if Mr. Cooper, Mr. Thomas, and Mr. Vasquez can have a good weekend, I think Texas Southern can pull this thing off. So I'm going to go against the grain, and I'm going with those young men that play at McGregor Park.
All right, because see, they lost last week, so they might win this week. But, they seesaw every other week. Ralph's still riding with them. He say they legit.
No, I just need to go against the grain. I need to make up a game.
Right. If you really want to be honest.
But no, really, come on. Let's be honest.
I know, man.
Any team really that and it's no shade at all.
Right.
How much do you really put into any team in our conference and what they really are by beating Alcorn in the weekend series?
Right.
Like no shade at all. Just being from a strictly baseball standpoint. Alcorn has only played maybe 2 games this year, 3 games where they didn't give up over 10 runs. So it's almost like if you don't score 10 runs against Alcorn, you didn't do anything.
True.
So I just look at it from that standpoint. If I look at what happened last weekend, not the Alcorn weekend, but from LSU to the 3 games they played last weekend against UAPB, that's what I got to go with. So I'm gonna go with Texas Southern. Even though I probably should be going with the G-Man, I need to make up a game. All right, and our last pick 'em, we have Alabama State going down in the Valley Deep. Play Mississippi Valley.
Going to the itty bitty.
So We're gonna ask the
Hey, Valley might still won on their last day, but Alabama State gonna get them that first two.
Yeah.
So you saying you going with Alabama State, Thomas?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have to go with them Hornets too, Jesus. Yeah, I think Valley go still won, like Thomas said, but I think Alabama State will come out on top of that series.
Okay. What you got, Slim?
I'm going with them Bama State boys, man.
Bama State.
Not so fast, my friend.
Oh.
Uh-oh. He believe in the biddy.
Not so fast, my friend.
All right, Lee Corso.
Now, Mr. Holmes has been on a absolute tear. And he in the game 3 on Sunday, the man had 2 home runs against Jackson State. However, I don't see a one man outpacing Corey King, Hunter May, Angel Jimenez, and the rest of their crew. And I also don't see Valley being as deep pitching wise as Alabama State. So we're gonna make it a clean sweep.
Oh man, I thought you had the devil in you.
Yeah, I thought he did too.
My high school mascot are the Blue Devils. My aunt I have 2 aunts that are Delta Devils, but I am a Blue Bengal. Yeah.
Rob, you the devil.
I've been called worse.
Yeah, you could be called Slim.
How was that bad?
Boy, you stupid. And here's the weekend games, the weekend schedule for Division 1, SWAC MEAC and Big South participant North Carolina A&T. And these are our weekend matchups for the SIAC and also our NAIA schools.
Who was Our Lady of the Lady?
That should have been Our Lady. I can't remember what that was, man. I was typing it like 3 o'clock that morning, bro. My bad.
Our Lady of the Ladies is a hell of a baseball team, I guess.
Hey, man, I'll make the correction later, man. Leave me alone.
Our Lady of the Lady. Hey.
Matter of fact, let me tell you exactly who that's supposed to be.
Where you go to school at? OLOTLU?
I go to the school with the lady.
With the ladies.
With the ladies.
Our Lady of the Lake.
It should be Our Lady of the Lady from now on. Don't change it, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, now our second favorite segment of the show, Story Time, where we tell you stories of our baseball adventures on and off the field. Okay, we're going to go around the room. We had a week off. Let's start with the main attraction, Thomas Black.
Oh, really?
I know you got a good one.
Okay. This goes back to not wearing a cup. So it kind of, when you first get in the little league, that's when they tell you, I can wear a cup. Ooh, yeah, I can wear a cup. So, I went and got my first cup. I couldn't wait to put it on, go out there, have my cup on. But me, little did I know was, how it was gonna feel. And so when I went out there at 9 years old, you got a cup on and stuff, and I couldn't run right, I couldn't swing right, it didn't feel right. But some rules when you get into All-Star, they make you wear a jock strap. So I just the first day I put it on, I felt weird all day, and I actually got hit in the cup. And so from that point on, I said I'm not going to wear it anymore. So from that point on, in practice, I refused to get in front of a ball. I mean, I'm not. You know, it's practice. This ain't no game. Ain't nothing on the line. So in high school, the coach always got mad at me because, you know, he wants you to take one off the chest. No. Hey, man, I'm Olaying all day in practice.
Practice.
And so
We talking
he
about practice, man.
And so my Coach Pickle, he thought that if he talked crazy or said something to me that I was going to get in front of the ball. So he said, you know, you ain't wearing no cup. You must have pink panties on.
Oh no.
No.
Right. So everybody, you know, there's the coach said you be wearing pink panties. I looked at him, you know, I can't say what I said on the show, but I basically said, I don't care. And if you hit another ball and it's depending on me to block it up, I'm Olaying all day.
But ain't it your job to catch the ball?
Man, look, it's practice.
But
you talking about practice.
Hold on.
You talking about practice.
So if your coach didn't play you because you were Olaying, how was you gonna be mad at coach?
Coach ain't gonna not play me, man. You crazy? I'm batting 3 holes.
Oh,
okay, big man.
You know what I mean?
All right, boss.
What you mean?
This story has everything in it. First, Thomas says he got hit in the cup and therefore decided to not wear it again, though it saved him from a lot of pain and anguish. And
he
then
said he couldn't run right. He didn't feel right. I ain't feeling strange.
And then his coach emasculated him.
Man,
then his coach emasculated him.
It felt nasty, man. I like, no, man. No. I'm not wearing one. It looked awkward. I felt awkward. I couldn't swing the bat right. I felt like I was walking with a wobble.
You sound like you had a 5-pound weight on instead of a cup.
Exactly. It probably too big, man.
No, it ain't never too big. It had to hold what I had.
Hey, man, can we go to the next story time? Watch, your turn, Watts.
Watch you up, man. Watch you up.
All right, my story gonna be a little milder, but it's gonna talk about, you know, everybody's baseball program has its rituals, and us B5B, we got ours. It's sad that it took us 9 episodes to get to this story, but we know our ritual was taking people to the mud.
Oh.
So we happen to be going to Jackson State in a very prime construction time. So going to the mud was very, very good around this time. It was mud everywhere. At this time, they tore up the plaza, so we had mud going for a good.
Yeah, the creek going through. The creek was coming through the back of the field.
Exactly. So I remember this one afternoon. We I think we initiated the softball team too at the same time. We was leaving practice. Everybody was done their practice, but us being student athletes, we were blessed that the cafeteria stayed open for us after practice. We leave practice, we go into the cafeteria. Ooh, who's that? It's the softball girls too. Of course, we all had chemistry. We used to all party together and everything. So we up in the cafeteria clowning and everything. And what was his name? It wasn't Johnny. What was the kid's name?
Was it Head?
Who? Yeah, it was Head.
It was Head.
Right. Yeah. So right next to the cafeteria, you might well say that it may have been 6 feet. I don't know. It may have been a 6 feet hole.
It was a ditch, man.
It was a ditch. And it rained the night before. So, you know, it was filthy and everything. Mind you, hey, we didn't have street clothes on. We had practice clothes on. But it just got, I mean, the moment I looked at it, I just got taken to the mud night prior. So, you know, I'm sitting here like, man, I'm ready to get somebody. Mess around and caught Head slipping. Man, about 4 of us picked him up. He knew what was about to happen, and he just let go. Man, we swung that man about 4 or 5 times just so he could brace himself. And he thought he was going to go to the quarter mile of the mud. Nah, buddy. We turned around, swung in, and put him right in that ditch. That man had to get help to get out of that thing. That man got out. He did. some kids.
Man, he walking in the cab, mud on the side of his face, head.
Man. Yeah, he got branded that night. He got branded that day, man. But yeah, that taking each other to the mud was probably one of the most iconic memories. Cause I remember, we used to do it. It didn't matter what time of the day. I remember one time we took somebody in the mud like 3:00 in the morning, snatched them out their dorm room.
Anton,
yep, snatched them out the dorm room. Come on,
I'm gonna pick it back off of yours.
go ahead, bro.
And the night we went and got Anton, he was living on the second floor. Cores was his roommate, but Cores wasn't playing baseball then. Cores was working at Sears, and he tried out the next year. Anton was a freshman. So we knocked on the door. We sent AC to go do it because we had already took AC to the mud. So we was like, yo, AC, you got to help us get Anton. So Anton, Cores opened the door. What's up? And I'm talking about the football team lived on the second floor. And when we hit the floor, they was like, yo, the baseball team up here. They was like, the baseball team? Somebody like, oh, they taking the freshmen to the mud. The whole football team followed us down the hallway to Anton door. So when we open the door, we walk in, and he's sitting there, like Anton wearing glasses at the time. And he's sitting there like, hey, guys, what's up? So he still was in his shell a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't Superman then. He was still Anton.
Right.
It was Dwayne Wade.
He was Anton. He was Anton. He wasn't Superman. He was Anton. Trust me. So he looked at us. He like, yeah, what's up with everybody? We like, bro, it's time. Let's go. You know what it is. He was like, man, I just get out the shower. We like, well, we'll let you change into some dirty clothes. We ain't gonna take you any good stuff. Come on. We walk him out of the dorm. You know, the basketball court behind Dixon.
Right.
We come down the side steps down Dixon Hall. We go in front of Stewart to right there by in front of the CFM. Not CFM, the music building. And then you got the parking lot for Just Science, and then you got the education building behind that. So you remember when they had the construction where the plaza was ripped up. Campus police sees all of us and said, hey, don't y'all hurt nobody. Have fun. And kept on going because he knew what we was doing. And that's all he said. Hey, Ralph, man, don't y'all hurt nobody. Have fun. And Anton was sitting there like, you ain't gonna stop them? So we dumped Anton, and then we turned around and got Ark, one of the twins, to help set the other brother up coming out the library to dump him.
Cain and Abel.
Yep.
Okay, now do y'all guys remember the time y'all got quote unquote baptized? What was that like, and how did it all happen?
Well, being one of the only freshman on the team, my freshman year, it was just like, hey man, let's get it over with. And dudes were like, nah, you just giving it up too easy. But I think they just grabbed me and slid me across it and was just like, all right, we done with it. Like you too geeked about it. Because I was just like, man, let's do it and get it over with.
Yep.
You know me, I was angry, man. Like, man, they better not catch me, man. I gotta get in my car with these muddy clothes on, man. Man, it was cool. It wasn't that bad, but I was just like, them fools ain't finna grab me, man. I ain't going. Y'all wasn't cool with me like that yet. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's true. Who wasn't? Yeah. So we got you probably.
There's always one or two dudes that be like, man, I ain't with it. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Nah, it took y'all.
Like I remember. Yeah, like I remember my time. Like I was coming up the field after practice, and Dorian Allen, one of our good friends, aka Dork, come up behind me.
It, man.
Yeah, come behind me.
Go on that slide, big man.
From Detroit, representing Detroit all the time. Yeah, he come behind me, put his arm around me. He was like, Slim, know what time it is, man. I was like, all right. My only stipulation is like, don't throw me no concrete, man. So, the only thing I ain't want to get hurt, man.
Don't throw me on no concrete. Man.
So Dorian, some other guys, Mike G was in there too. They got me in the parking lot behind the old baseball field and slung me in the water. I mean, I had to walk from the baseball field to my freshman dorm covered in mud. But it was fun though because like it felt like I was officially part of the baseball team. And it was done out of love, I think, in a lot of ways. I
Yeah,
think
it really
It
wasn't
is
that
out of love,
bad,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, it
It's,
is.
yeah,
it's not it's nothing malicious about it.
yeah. I mean, like we even had a song to go with it too. I mean, like you know what the song is, Ralph? No.
In the water.
Water.
I remember that.
We used to sing the old Negro hymn, spiritual on it.
Yeah, take me to the water.
We did used to do that.
Take
Take me to the water. Take me to the water. The BB5.
Hey, hey.
I mean, the guys by they used to have shirts that say B5B on them. Didn't y'all
We
wear
get
shirts
more
that say
than
B5B
made.
on them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So he was like a part of a fraternity, but you had to pay like a bunch of money to join and be embarrassed for a week. Just had to get in the mud.
Right.
It's
That
all,
was
it
the
was
reason
all
why
on
I never
respect.
joined a fraternity. Like I never joined one because the way we was on campus, it was just, man.
We were a frat. We didn't have to join in the fraternities.
Yeah.
We was
Way more
around each
fun,
other
too.
all year round, man. The moment school started in the fall, bro, to the end of the spring, bro, we was around each other.
And a
Practice
bunch of
on-
us still was in Jackson during the summer.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, because we had to go to summer school. We taking that 12 minimum in the season.
Yeah, I was gonna take me 12 in the season, but I was gonna get
Mhm.
me 15 in the fall, 12 in the
Season, yeah.
season.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a dummy one year that took 18 hours in the semester.
No. And
Mhm.
and I'm trying to get all Monday, Wednesday, and Friday classes that's between 8 and 11. 8, 9, 10. Then I'm gonna give me 1, Tuesday, and Thursday class. Then I'm done.
Man, what y'all talking about? Y'all remember that time Courtney Green came on the field and he was like, I forgot his sister's name, but he was like, man, Chris, they called your name in graduation. I was like, man, what? Here, I'm at practice. I didn't even know I graduated, bro. I know I had to take organic chemistry and all that stuff, bro. They're like, you graduated. I was like, what? I'm like, man, hey.
Wait a minute, how you know you
summer
don't
school.
graduate, man?
Bro, I
you
swear
go graduate?
Bro, I swear I ain't know I graduated, man. I ain't fill out no paperwork or nothing.
They said you got
They said
too
you had to
many
go.
hours.
You got
they
to go.
They like, you got to
got
go,
to
son. Man, what? Yeah. So I graduated twice.
Man. Well, fellas, this has been a very different show. We show more of our person. I think we show more of our personalities in this show
I think it's our best show
than we have in any other show. You know, we kind of let loose a little bit to see how we really interact with each other. I love doing this with y'all boys, man. I can't wait till our interview next week. I think it's gonna be a great interview next
that
week.
clout.
Look out for the Coach Hardy interview tomorrow. That will be released as well. Go out to, if you live in one of these cities where it's HBCU, go support one of their games this weekend. Most of them are gonna be playing on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, because this is Easter
weekend.
So they gonna make sure you go into church on Sunday for Easter now. So they're gonna make sure ain't no ball played on Sunday night in HBCU. Everybody gonna be out to be at church. So go out and support one of these teams. I promise you, the baseball and the HBCUs is a lot better than a lot of you all that are not baseball initiates of SWAC, MEAC, or HBCU baseball, period. You would be extremely surprised at the high level of talent that you would see on those teams. So go out and support them. You support football, and a lot of y'all really ain't fans of football. You there for the band. My bad. I ain't trying to make no enemies. Let me be quiet.
But go watch baseball this weekend, except for on Sunday.
Yeah.
Let me shoot it.
Y'all remember Coach took us to church? But that's another story for another day.
That could be the next story time.
Yeah.
And what the preacher say? Hey, Coach, what it is when everybody on base and you hit it over the fence? What's that called, Coach? In the middle of the sermon, a grand slam. We finna hit a grand slam for Christ.
Man, like I said, hey man.
Hey.
I'm out.
Oh man. Oh, but hey, to get more serious, hey, like Ralph said, man, y'all go to these games, y'all make sure y'all check out these young athletes, man. And if y'all do, man, y'all tag us, man. Tag us, showing that y'all showing support to HBCU, because that's what it's all about, man. All about.
Yeah, Boys on the Hill podcast on Twitter, on IG, on Facebook, and on YouTube. Check us out on all the platforms, man.
Amazon Music, Spotify, Google Podcasts.
We're growing.
MySpace.
Boy, don't make me go get a Black Planet page.
Black Planet,
Oh,
yep.
All right, all right.
All right, we out.
Hey, good.
I'll see
Good
y'all
show,
later,
guys.
man.
All right, y'all
All right,
be
peace,
easy,
man.
boys. Love y'all boys, man.
Love y'all, man.
All right,
See you.